psycho spiritual blast. They tried to forge a brand new low, but my internal peace will last. Yeah, the price went up, the ride got wild, saw demons in the clown. But you can't touch a queen who's locked her kingdom down. Got that lion's mane focus and that rose petal skin. A fresh spring chicken laughing while the chaos buckles in. This ain't no fall, it's just a drop before the loop begins. True divine stories with Rainchild, let the final act begin.
In my mind, my creation is blended. Magic construction in which you could never understand. My true meaning of justification. Again and again.
Hello, beautiful stars, earth, air, fire, and water. I hope everyone has been staying prayed up, blessed up, and doing what you do best. It is about 5:19, and this is going to be a break message. So I'm going to be periodically, just wherever I may be, it's going to be doing these little prosperity messages and just be posting them for each individual sign. So whenever it just lands, and I'm just going to see what I can do with that. You know, considering, when you be at work, maybe you can, catch your breath, do something, whatever the case may be, and then you can just like pull them out the pocket, pop, 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 see what it is. This is for, all right, I guess this is going to be for the collective, okay? All right, so this is going to be for the collective right here, okay? And it's not for everybody, so when I say this, take this with a grain of salt. If it don't apply, don't try to make it fit, okay? For some of you all, you might have been coming up against, certain individuals or people or whatever the case may be. It might be somebody who might just have something geared towards you in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it might not be, on that individual, because as far as being on them, what I'm meaning to say is it might not technically be on you. Meaning that if an individual is, acting a certain way, treating you a certain way, doing things, behind your back, whatever the case may be, things to just hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And you not knowing. Sometimes you will have to take the initiative to release. You know what I'm saying? Release their negativity off of you. Therefore, you might have to do a cord cutting or get someone to do that for you. Or, you could just go to God Almighty and talk to Him about it. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you may, need to, your ancestors or whatever the case may be. But this particular card right here, I was actually shocked that it just popped out like it did. It says release jealousy. And, I haven't really had these cards, that long, so I didn't even know this card was in here. But it says release jealousy. It says jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something. And the universe manifests exactly what you affirm. All right, it says let other people's, with an S, successes inspire rather than frustrate you. It says if they can have it, so can you. You can have exactly what somebody else has. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we in 2026. You can have whatever you like, as they always say. You can have whatever you like. Yeah, so never think, just because somebody might have something, or they might appear to be doing certain things that you want to be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like me. If I see somebody who's, online, like I say, I love watching tarot. Don't get offended if I want to watch, if I watch your channel. I'm not there because I'm jealous or sending you the evil eye. Child, I don't waste my energy on doing negative fuckshit, okay? I don't do those things. So, and what I'm being told is a lot of other people, that sometimes you feel like, you're watching a certain channel and then all of a sudden it just seems like the energy just flips up on you or whatever the case may be. It's not you. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't. And a lot of times, when you think, that you have all this negative energy coming up against you, sometimes you might have to take the initiative to just release that energy. And then this also goes for anyone who is feeling negative or jealous towards somebody else. Like, for instance, if you're saying, oh, well, they think they're better than, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't know what a person's thinking. Are you in their head? No, you're not. yeah, some of us are intuitive. Some of us do have, specific gifts. But you know what? When it comes to certain gifts, you don't get everything at one time. Everybody's gift ain't as sharp as a tack. And I'm here to tell you, sometimes, when it comes to my gifts, it takes a minute. But I'm going to be, reason why it takes me a minute is because I'll look at the situation and I'll get the notion. I'll get it right then and there. And then all of a sudden, guess what? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and then I'll screw myself over, knowing what I got the first time. That's why mine always end up being delayed. But I'm learning to just go with the first instinct from now on, here on out. Capiche, capiche, capiche. Release jealousy. And so we had that message that was release jealousy, and then I'm going to go on ahead and pull one more before I have to go. Okay, and I'm just trying to collaborate a bunch of things so I can just like pop it all out at one time. Lord Jesus, help me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with a first Deacon Capricorn. First Deacon Capricorn. If you don't know if you're a first, second, or third Deacon Capricorn, look up your birthday and look it up. First Deacon Capricorn. What's the message for a first Deacon Capricorn? I'm going to take all these. I just need one. Okay, one card. First Deacon. Right here. Alright, for the first Deacon, it says abundance mindset. Alright, if you think of your abundance as, something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. Okay? Alright, it says see, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something, you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. Okay? So therefore, what they're saying is you need to be speaking of it as if it's in the moment. Therefore, it'll start manifesting for you. Okay? So that was for first Deacon Capricorn. Now we're going to go to the second Deacon Capricorn, okay? Second Deacon Capricorn right here. Alright, it says pay yourself first for the second Deacon. Alright, make yourself your most important financial obligations by setting aside a portion of your income every time you get paid. Alright, and then it says this loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings, to invest in your present, okay, and your future. So when you go about, I don't know any Capricorn that don't pay themselves first, honey, because they will never, and I'm just being honest, they'll never pay somebody else first before they pay themselves. Yes, of course, they will take care of their obligations and their responsibilities first, but they're not going to give somebody something that they ain't gave themselves. So that's for the second Deacon, okay? And that's just coming from being around them and being raised around them, okay? Okay, so now we're on the third Deacon Capricorn. Third Deacon Capricorn. Third Deacon. Go. Alright, third Deacon. It says positive faith and optimism. Alright, it says, okay, you open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive, expectations. Alright, that's the Capricorn I know. Alright, it says, and energy with your expectations and energy. It says, do not allow negative energies or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Alright, it says, keep the faith and keep going. That's the Capricorn I know. They ain't gonna let nobody get in their way. Most of the time they won't. It just depends on, the energy that they're in. Alright? And when you do look up first, second, first, second, and third Deacon Capricorn, when you put your birthday in, you ask it. If you even have to use AI and ask what Deacon am I, and then, ask you what your birthday is. And when you give them your birthday, it'll let you know if you're first, second, or third, okay? And then you'll know a little bit more about yourself. That's why I be like saying, when it comes to certain things, when it comes to astrological charts and stuff like that, which I don't really know much about. I know about it, but I don't, really be all into it like that, But I do know as much as first, second, and third, because everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't act the same. Everybody might have some type of, similar characteristics, you know what I'm saying? But everybody won't be, on the same frequency, you know what I'm saying? And therefore, it might let you know why, you know, say for instance, say your best friend is a Capricorn and you're a Capricorn, and then you might want to know, well, why is my Capricorn, my best friend Capricorn, doing a little bit worse, doing bad or something like that, or they might be going through this, or why are they, elevating so fast, and why are they getting all this and that and the other faster. For one, sometimes it might have a lot to do with age, and two, it has something to do with that first, second, and third deacon. You know what I'm saying? It also has whatever else you might have in your chart. All right, so I love each and every one of you guys. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. It just says, mwah.